Well, welcome to NoChaNoMa, Simon's living room, and here we are. My guest is just fiddling with wires at the moment. You may hear some noises in the background. That's him fiddling with wires. But this week's guest, once he appears, will be the Red Value, and I'm going to ask him about that, what that means exactly. Welcome, Cobrat. Welcome, Vidsavibom, if you're still awake. Oh, Dean! Hello, Dean. Nice to see you. Well, it's 23 degrees here, and I'm sweating. But apparently, it's even warmer in Austria, where my guest is. So he'll be sweating too. And we've got our drinks. You can't stay very long. I wanted to put in an appearance. That's very good of you. Thank you very much. that's like, subscribe, and all that business. It's not that I'm bothered.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, and with the magic of the internet, I can do this, and we can see you.
Is the audio better now?
That is fantastic. It's clear, and there's no.
Oh, nice. I use an actual mic that's expensive this time that I didn't steal from my dad.
Okay, so there we are. Sort of like, that puts me in my place. You were going to use a cheap mic,
but I have like this weird cable setup right now. It's just like my entire desk is full of cables right now. But hey, it's worth it. The show must go on.
Indeed, it is, and it's going. And welcome, Niko.
Hey, Simon. Hey, everyone who is on board. Damn, I missed this.
Yeah, you need to sort of like.
I need to share this. Yes. I'm on with Simon.
We're not a couple. We're not a couple.
Simon, right now, talking about cool stuff, talking about cool things.
In our hot rooms.
Things like Japan. There we go. Come check us out.
I'll just say to Cobra, say hi to Mindy's mom. Night Riders
hey,
girl.
Cobra. How's it going?
She's going, actually. She only came in to say hi.
Things to do. Hey, nice of you to come by.
Hot man talking about hot things. Well, there you are. Cobra thinks you're hot. There we are.
Thank you. I'm trying
tell his
my best.
Girlfriend that. Don't tell him.
She gets jealous very quickly.
Well, does she watch these sort of things, or does she sort of?
No, not really. No. Not my life. So she watches my videos, but
so she doesn't know we're happening.
Good. All right, now to find the correct window again. I have, and I think I'm ready to go. Now the only thing that can happen is this here running low, or the battery's running low.
Well,
I'm not sure which is which. I'm not sure which is worse, but
yes,
hey.
Or us sliding off the chair, giggling.
This is terrible Umushu, like I said before, and to you, the warm up. This is €5.10 Umushu. From
I got two bottles of rosé for the price of one, so I'm quite happy.
Lovely.
It doesn't taste too bad.
Lovely.
Anyway, let's like get into things. Our audience may know who you are because they do watch YouTube, and
cool.
Certainly my audience, your audience knows who you are. I hope they do anyway. But they perhaps don't know you in depth, and so it behooves me to ask you these things. And who are you? And where do you come from? And how did you get to where you are? In a nutshell.
I see. Awesome. I'd prefer the question why.
Why are you?
Yeah, exactly. Allows
Why
you
are
an Avengers reference right there. I mean, that was a great movie. Why is Gamora? No, to me. So the first question was again. Please tell it to me again. I can only handle one question at a time.
Who are you?
Who am I? All right. I am Niko, the red.
My name is.
私の名前が Niko です。俺の YouTube のチャンネルが The Red Value だ. Okay, that's just a casual flex that I want to do. But you get asked that a lot in Japan. Who are you? But yeah, my name is Niko. I'm the Red Value. I spent only a half a year, unfortunately, in Japan. In total, so just not very long, unfortunately. But I made a very conscious decision not to stay in Japan because when I stayed in Japan, it was for my graduation or shortly before my graduation from university, and I did a student exchange there, which was awesome. It was legit the best time of my life, and I would love to return to Japan to continue that amazing adventure because it is that amazing. But that's me. I am Niko. I live in Austria or Germany, like in the south, somewhere in between. I work in Germany in consulting. That's right, but my family is in Austria, so I spend most of my time there. And good news, my girlfriend from Japan that I met during my student exchange, nearly 2.5 years back. 2.5 years back now. Nearly 2.5 years back, so quite some time ago. Will soon join me here, which is awesome. That is the good news. That is really good news because thanks to Corona, we haven't seen each other in 1.5 years now.
Good grief! No,
it's
frustrating.
It's absolutely horse donkey crap, you know. But thankfully, it's going to be over soon. I just got my vaccine passport. In fact, everything is looking bright. She has had her vaccinations for ages because she works in the medical sector, and that's a story, so to speak. I went to a student exchange in Japan, and then I found something in Japan that is very, very dear to me, so to speak. And soon that part of Japan will be with me. I love Japan, but screw you, Japan. That part of Japan that I like the most, that's with me soon. So it's going to be great.
That's great. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, she can come to you, but you can't go to her. So I was looking on Discord about that. Yes, it's they haven't allowed. They're not allowing people in, but they're allowing people out. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Cobra. Cobrat, or is it Cobrat?
Cobrat. I thought it was Cobra T, but it's actually Cobrat.
Cobrat.
It's
Cobrat. It's very, very close to Crowbrat, the Pokemon. So it has like so many different things that are just one letter away. One is Cobra. Just change one letter and it becomes Cobra. Change one letter and it becomes Crowbrat. Bat. My God, it's a challenging name to pronounce. But no, cool. So that's the start, so to speak, of what I have to do with Japan. I also, of course, have a YouTube channel, but I kind of just wanted to say a little bit more about myself before I go into the Japan stuff. So I have a huge affinity for programming and science in general, and I really that's this kind of things that I studied. That's the kind of things that I did.
About that. Yeah, because I mean, you developed the AI map, and I thought
exactly.
Hey, it must be quite clever.
it absolutely is. It's something. I definitely just want to get in that. So eventually, like 4 years ago now, I discovered the beauty of Japan YouTube, got inspired, made my own videos, and really wanted to make videos that kind of analyze and not just when I like traveling to places. I discovered traveling for myself at that point. So I went to Japan, traveled, did my exchange there, went back to Japan twice to see my girlfriend, each time for a month, traveled again.
A month? Wow.
2 months, a month at a time, each time.
Wow.
Yeah. So to speak, I really enjoy traveling, especially traveling to Japan. And what I do like about traveling is finding out interesting things that, like, when you look a little bit behind the scenes. For example, what I like when I travel is to find out, hey, where did someone do something smart? For example, let's take a look at, for example, onsen. oftentimes in onsen, it is very typical to put out a free footbath, right?
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's I saw it very often in Japan that people put out free foot baths, and honestly, this is actually a kind of marketing thing. So this is actually a kind of business thing. They are basically give you a foot bath as a demo, and if you want the real thing, well, you got to pay them. And this is like it's like a kind of marketing, a business thing that I just noticed and saw, and I thought, hey, that's actually quite clever. And it's actually, if you look at the parallels, it's actually very similar to how companies nowadays market, how many content creators on YouTube, for example, market. Like there is certain
Patreon, you get freebies.
Exactly, and that's very close to that. I love figuring out these kind of things, and that's what where I see the beauty about traveling from. And of course, Japan is one of my passions. I've really fell in love with traveling, and then it's also, however, AI and artificial intelligence, because I am and science in general, but I'm more into IT and AI now, and cloud, big scale architecture. And apparently,
that is from childhood on. You had a fascination for science, then presumably.
I would say so. Yeah, science generally. I always ask questions. Why is that? How is that? I would say I focused more on things rather than people when I was younger. And eventually, however, I did learn to interact with people better as well, and how I can combine my tech skills with people, And anyways, eventually I found my passion. I have a master's degree in astrophysics, astroparticle physics more specifically. And at the same time where I did my master's in physics, I also did a bachelor in computer science. So I initially started with physics, eventually discovered, hey, I like physics, but I also want to do some more IT stuff, more specifically AI, and then I found my passion there. And then, of course, I have a passion in AI. I have a passion in Japan. Why not combine those two and do something that combines my two hobbies, my two passions? And that's the AI guide map that you saw and that quite a lot of people saw. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I don't have a means of unless you could bring it up on your at some point.
You can't screen share?
I can screen share. Yes, if or you can screen share as well. I think you have the ability to do that. So there's in the little sort of.
I'll check it out. Share, yeah, I can share screen. Screen sharing is easiest with two monitors. Works best in it just tells us tips. This thing. Select window as screen. Screen 1. Yes, there we go. Right. I think you'll have to approve it though.
I'll have to put it in. So I'll do this.
Yeah.
And add to the stream. There we go.
All right. So what you're seeing right here, that's the AI guide map. You can access it through the redvalley.com/map. And what it is, it's a map of where all of the videos here occur. And this is a new bug this year. It only appears on Firefox. Okay, this is annoying. It wasn't here. It's very, very recent. See, I saw it first time a couple of days. Let's just try a different browser.
So best to watch it on Safari or Chrome.
No, I don't like Chrome. It's honestly it should work, but this is like super new. The reason why this thing it's literally appeared like 3 days ago, but only on Firefox. All right. So this is what you're seeing here. This is a map of Japan. Actually, not just of Japan, of the entire world. Of every single Japan.
The Earth is flat.
People, the flat earthers, they're our biggest supporters. Look at that. The flat Earth is flat, but it goes around infinitely. See that? It's infinite. It's flat and infinite. So of course it's not perfect because it picks up Los Angeles. It doesn't really particularly work.
Why am I in Los Angeles?
Because you probably mentioned it somewhere. You said Los Angeles somewhere in the description title.
Yes, I can see my guest days from Los Angeles. Yes,
exactly. Yeah. So the map is typically it works for travel YouTubers. For travel YouTubers, they go to places and travel somewhere. So, for example, currently Hannah, she is a travel YouTuber, and I'd say it worked quite well for her. She traveled to Las Vegas,
pretty much everywhere,
Death Valley, Sequoia National Park, and so this and all of this year is determined using artificial intelligence. So what happens? So the map downloads everyone's YouTube videos, or at least the metadata of it, and uses something called natural language processing. And out of that, it takes out the names of locations. So, for example, if you say somewhere Mount Ishizuchi, see this Mount Ishizuchi, Ishizuchi. It's difficult to pronounce.
Yes, I love Japan, but I need to practice.
Exactly. You can train AIs nowadays to recognize when someone says a location. Like when you say, I'm right now in Austria, if you didn't know what Austria is, you could still probably figure out that it's a location because it said in Austria, right? And you can effectively train an artificial intelligence to recognize that. So that is what I use. I use an AI to recognize mentions of locations. And typically the assumption here is that a travel YouTuber, a travel video, will always say at least somewhere where it happened. So another good example is abroad in Japan. That's actually kind of where I got the idea from, because he made such a map himself, but manually.
Without the AI, presumably.
Exactly. He made one of that manually. I thought it was really cool. And from that point, when I saw it, I had a hunch, hey, maybe it's actually possible to automate that. And that was around a bit more than a year ago. This is what I'm proud of, is that I recently figured out how to do live updates. So this is his latest video, and it appeared on my map way sooner than his, because his map is maintained manually and mine was like there instant, because this is what I figured out now. My map does live updates. It literally listens in when someone uploads something, and it automatically recognizes the location. So how did this work? If you go to abroad in Japan here, you can see that I have the location here.
Hang on. Can we just go back a bit? It listens in. That sounds very worrying. How does it listen in?
It takes what you say. So out of what you say, YouTube automatically generates subtitles, and I can. So use that.
It goes into YouTube and as it were listens to the video.
Yeah, it listens to the video, so to speak, and recognizes when someone said something. So typically, most reliable are, however, title and description. And you can see here, Capsa Tower. It nailed that location. It's exactly where he has his, and how mine appeared moments after his video upload. And it recognized the Capsa Tower as a location, and then I plotted it on the map. So the only question, and it even has a Wikipedia. It even gets Wikipedia links. So for this Capsa Tower, it has the Wikipedia link right there along with it. In most cases, not.
So also you could probably, and if you were thinking of this for commercial purposes, you could attach sort of hotel recommendations and all that business.
Of course. Yeah.
Ka-ching.
There are a lot of ideas that I have for it. So there is a couple of ideas. So I'd say that version 1.1 is now released. So 1.0 was its initial release like a couple of weeks ago, and 1.1 is now the live updates, which has no bearing on the usability, but it is a change on my side. And that map thingy, how to say?
The map thingy.
The map thingy. Yeah, no. Basically, once it has a location name, you still need to figure out how do you convert it to a coordinate. So obviously it has to put them somewhere. It has to have some sort of coordinates somewhere. So longitude and latitude. But the cool thing is this tech already exists. It's possible to convert location names to longitude and latitude using a process called geocoding. So there is like huge databases where you can tell me where Roppongi is, and it will return to you a set of coordinates representing Roppongi in this case. Yeah, and that's how it works. Basically, the AI part is to listen in, figure out the mentions of the locations, and then apply geocoding on those, and then plot them, and then plot them on a map like this. What Takayama? Yeah.
So basically, if you don't want to be discovered, be careful what you say on YouTube. Yes, if you're trying to be anonymous, which is a contradiction in terms. If you're a YouTuber trying to be anonymous, that's it's pointless.
Yeah. What did I want? I wanted to do something.
I mean, let's see. I mean, because it can do any. All right, audience, throw up a name of an obscure Jvlogger, and let's see what will happen.
All right, yeah, the audience. That's a good way to that. Exactly, that's the window that want to pop up your YouTube video.
Okay, Radri, Christian, Vids of Imam, Cobrat, Dibble, Think of an obscure YouTuber.
Oh, Radri is in on. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Radri's here.
Radri is in. So Radri is also.
Oh right,
in.
well we know where he is.
but doesn't Wycam? I like this one. Wycam Japan. So his podcast called Wycam Japan was misheard as Wycam Japan. Wycam Japan.
Wycam Japan.
Wycam Japan.
The Sonic.
So let's just say it's not perfect and mistakes happen. And of course I'm actively working on what's it called? I'm actively working on making the system better to have, first of all, to have less mistakes in it, and at the second, that what I'm going to do, and the second thing that I want to do is I want to, I also have the ability to manually correct things, so I can manually change things around if they don't fit my agenda.
I'm just picturing you now, sort of cursing your AI of an evening with your cup of coffee, going, "Damn thing," and changing.
Yeah, me dib. If you're not in Japan, I probably wouldn't have found you. It has Anime Man in it, but it works terribly for him because he doesn't really have many travel videos. He's mostly an anime YouTuber, so obviously this is just nonsense. It literally is all nonsense. Whatever he has, it's literally just all nonsense. Oh, Kirina Shira, I just saw the detective. No. So this is also something that I want to be better at in the future, to recognize. So right now it works well for people who are only travel YouTubers. But for people,
static YouTubers who barely go outside of their own prefecture,
doesn't really work that well.
So because Radri's put up Emmy Cheese, I know Emmy Cheese.
Emmy Cheese.
I tried to get her on the show, but she
no, I don't. Oh, I don't have Emmy Cheese. Yeah, no way.
She started last year, so I mean, yeah.
Emmy Cheese. No way. Gotta add her to my list.
Yeah.
Emmy Cheese. Oh, it's Emmy Made. No,
Emmy Cheese.
How do I type that out? Emmy
channel.
Cheese.
Yeah, Emmy Cheese and then channel.
16 subscribers. This one?
Don't think so. No. Hang on, I'll have to go to my. I'll send you it later. She's
all right.
She gets several hundred views of a video.
Oh.
Yes, she's a young lady. But she does she's Japanese, but she does her videos in English.
Japanese Emmy channel.
Emmy channel, that's the one, yeah. So that's her. That she.
Do I have Emmy? No, I have to add her to the list.
Yeah.
I have to add her to the list. So I have a list where that I maintain of all the YouTubers that I find, and then I'll add them. I'll show it quickly here. It's called the Jvlogger list. It has literally everyone in them, along with.
I don't know why I'm in there. I mean,
well, you make videos about Japan. That's
yes,
literally.
I suppose, yes.
That's literally the only thing that I have. The only condition. Yeah. So I have around 372 now. 371. That's how it looks like, and I use that list to update my map afterwards. So what I'm
a surrogate Jvlogger.
That is a very, very good way of putting it. Let's just take that. Post values only.
Right. But Zippy Mom is asking what the reasoning is behind the list, or is it just like I see a Jvlogger, I'll put them in, or it's like, do you have any kind of selection criteria?
It's mostly, do you make videos about Japan? If yes, you're on the list. I literally don't have any other. I literally go from small to big. I don't care. So if you see if you do one video about Japan, the rest somewhere else, then I likely won't put you in. Hey, not that much, Desu.
It's shopping. It's a watch late.
Awesome. Düsseldorf. Yeah, I've been to Düsseldorf nearly 2 years ago. When I started my job, they sent me to Düsseldorf for a day. And then the train got late, and then I arrived back in Munich at 6 o'clock in the morning, where I thankfully didn't have to work because it was a vacation day, not a holiday. But if I had to work, but it was a weekday, and I might have had to work 2 hours afterwards. So.
Ugh, no.
Yeah.
Don't like the sound of that.
Yeah. But it was a fun time. Düsseldorf is pretty cool. It has a pretty large Japanese speaking community there. Lots of Japanese people go to Düsseldorf. I think a lot of Japanese companies used to be there. And as such, you can get some good ramen there, so which I have. And
Now,
when I
what's
wasn't
the
listed up,
what's the situation with you? I mean, in terms of that, getting hold of Japanese food and drinks and stuff where you are. Here, it's. I mean, I discovered something last week or the other week in Brussels, which I didn't. They've only been going for about 18 months. So I got some genuine Yokohama ramen from Brussels,
ooh, nice.
which is rather good. And the shop was full of proper Japanese products as well. But I mean, what is it like with you? Can you sort of nip out and get genuine sushi?
Not really. No,
No.
the big supermarkets usually have pretty decent sushi nowadays. It's not nowhere near as great as the original in Japan, but it's fresh enough, so to speak. I think in Germany it's Edeka, or in Austria it's Billa Plus, which actually have sushi stations where they prepare it fresh. It's definitely not. It's always an Asian guy, but it's never a Japanese person.
Yes.
Trust me, they never speak Japanese.
Yeah, they go in there and say "Konnichiwa," and they go. So yes, so your map now is primed with over 370
YouTubers. That's right.
So
that's right.
In theory, you could use it for anything. And
that's right.
Not just YouTubers.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely correct. So it's an iterative process, but it'll get there eventually. I reckon.
Have you patented it yet? This is the question. You need to.
I'm not sure what you can patent on there.
Well, I mean, are you using like existing off-the-shelf AI, or have you developed anything?
Mostly, yeah.
Right.
I use a lot of off-the-shelf components.
Yeah.
And how they're combined. That's the trick.
I mean, is there any sort of precedent for making a product with existing products?
It's something that I definitely have considered, but typically I don't think a lot of the stuff is patented. Like it's yeah. I'll have to. It seems
to me you're onto a gold mine there. You know.
Yeah, I think so. Literally everyone I showed this map to so far, from creators to friends to other people I met on the street. No, I haven't actually told people on the street about that, but typically random people
with an A-board on.
So when a friend shared it to another people, they also said really amazing.
Yeah.
And they also thought it was really, really cool. And it works for travel YouTubers particularly well. For example, Shuke, good friend of mine.
Oh yeah.
And it nails. Look, it's Onomichi right here. It's Fukuyama right here. Yeah. It's I've been to Onomichi as well. Hiroshima. It's got so many places done right, and even something weird like Heidi Village. This is actually a real place in Japan, Heidi Village. Radri, that's the next video. What do we mean? What it should be?
Interview people on the street about your map.
Right. Interview people on the street about your map. Hey, what do you think of this?
And in Austria, sort of, it's a map about YouTubers in Japan.
What do they have to do with me? Why should I care? Because the technology is so amazing. No, I think so far everyone was well played so far. So I'm really happy about that. People are enjoying the tech. I think it's cool, and I think once it reaches the right people, good things might happen. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking like you say YouTubers in Japan, but also and travel YouTubers. I was thinking the word travel. You know, websites like Booking.com and TripAdvisor would be happy probably for something like this.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. So I'd have to look into how I can. So right now the thing is that the analysis is of course expensive, and analyzing every single YouTuber would be crazy. So I'm actually paying on average around 1.5 euros per YouTuber now, or 2 euros per YouTuber to analyze them all. So it's not cheap. It's not cheap to run something.
Yeah,
like
there's 370. That's good grief.
So the thing is, what I'm saying too, it's I so far spent north of 500 euros to analyze it, and for a lot of YouTubers, I don't really analyze everything. For some YouTubers, I only analyze title and description to keep it cheap. And what I did, however, is I built in something called an exception counter, so I can basically say, you know what, for every single YouTuber, I'll analyze 200 videos. Not just straight off the bat. I'll just do it because I want this thing to get attention. So I need every single YouTuber on board here. Hey, Cobrad, what do you mean you might get more YouTubers to input into your map? I
think she meant, if you did you mean by interviewing people on the street, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm exactly that's what I'm not sure about. So I'm trying to reach out to YouTubers about this, tell them, hey, this is something cool, maybe something you're interested in. So far, not a lot of replies. Only for those that I've known myself, that I've already interacted with, replied it. And I told so lots of people were really cool about it. So Go North Japan, for example, saw the video and he enjoyed the concept, and this is something cool. Look, he's good. Go North Japan, lives in North Japan, and all of his videos are in North Japan. And I think that's just really, really cool. This is cool. Another example: Kyushu Trail. Trail, the exact opposite. Everything is in Kyushu. That's Wombat. Just so. Yeah, exactly. It's called Wombat. Yeah, everything is in Kyushu, and this is just so cool. Like the channel names are reflected onto the map, and that's just really, really, really cool. So. Yeah, I love that. That's great.
And presumably, I mean, speaking of YouTubers, you know and have met, you've sent it to Victor and so on.
Yeah, I've sent it to Victor. Oh yeah, there's 2 Victors, so I've sent to both. So the Frame of Travel is also called Victor.
Yes,
yeah, of course. But the Victor we are talking about is Give Me a Break Man here. Doesn't work too well for him because most of his videos are not really travel videos. Sometimes it has some that work. Vlog Sapporo. Vlog Sapporo. Look at that, he used the hyphen between Vlog and Sapporo. And all of a sudden Vlog Sapporo together is a but it still kind of nailed it somehow. It's still next to Sapporo. I never knew we
went that far.
but he made Sapporo. He made Sapporo videos, which is cool.
What happens if you put Tomoko in?
Oh yeah, Tomoko is awesome. Tomoko, there you go.
Because she should pop up in America as well.
No, really.
And Hawaii, yeah. I mean, she.
So a lot of the America is always Las Vegas. That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
So it nailed those. Look at that, it nailed even those. So right now I've optimized it for Japan stuff. So typically for stuff outside of Japan, it usually works not as well. But what I want to do is, of course, I want to generalize it and have it work properly for the whole world as well.
All right.
But yeah, typically stuff like live streams and podcasts, those typically fail on the map, and stuff that doesn't really have locations typically fails. So I'm looking into ways.
Yeah.
I'm looking to add in yet another AI that sorts them out first. So basically, I want an AI that detects whether or not someone has whether it's a travel video or not. And I'm currently collecting data for that, as well as planning on how to do it and things like that. But look at that, Universal Studios Japan. It nailed that, Tomoko. I love that one. Universal Studios Japan. And this is, in fact, if you turn on either satellite view here, this is something that I added in. So I added a lot of technical improvements compared to this map as well here when I made my own. So this is
to go to bed. All right. Bye-bye,
Cobra, thank you so much for coming by. You're awesome. You see, this is indeed Universal Studios Japan right here, where she made the video, and this is just kind of cool. Yeah, Cobra, go and check it out and share it to people. That would be you do me an awesome favor for that. I appreciate it.
The travel company that specializes in Japan that makes YouTube videos, so they could.
Which one is it? Is it Tokyo Creative? I sent them an email. Maybe it wasn't a good email or the wrong email address, but I sent them one, also no reply. If it's Tokyo Creative.
Well, you know Victor, and you know yes. I mean, he's friends with one of the Tokyo Creative top chappies.
Right. Yeah. I'll definitely. Victor and I already talked about this, and he's definitely open to do a live stream with me on it, and I'm looking forward to that. It's always a great time with Victor, but Victor is busy. He is a family man. And
I was talking about Victor, other Victor. Fox.
Inside,
because of his connections with Tokyo Creative. Yeah.
Inside Japan Tours, you say? Inside Japan Tours? Is that the company? Inside Japan
Is that
Tours?
the one that you were talking about, Dibble? Inside Japan Tours. Oh, that's new to me. Hello, IMK. What was that?
Because they're going on the list. They're going on the list. Let's check.
Now in the system. In the Matrix. They're in the Matrix.
They're in the Matrix. No, it takes. What I have to do is I have to file export. Export. What's it called? Where's export? Huh? I'm a stupid one. Download Microsoft Excel. I have to download.
Your computer's doing it all for you, and then you start to get worried.
I have to download an Excel file, and then I have to upload that into the cloud. Let's give them this. Right.
Niko, Simon. Yeah.
Oh, I told him about it, but I think he forgot about it already. But maybe I should remind him again. He's a cool guy. So yeah. I basically I need to share it a bit more with people and get the map out there, get it known. Thanks for the recommendation about Inside Japan to us. Thank you.
Yes, that's
awesome. I guess they'd probably be interested in something like this.
He travelled with them, and they're good people.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So we've got a genuine experience and recommendation.
That's awesome.
I'll check them out actually.
No, it looks like some interesting videos they have there. Hyper Japan, Inside Hidden Japan. This should work. This should work quite well for the map, I reckon. Also, I mean, they have Osaka, Hidden Japan. What did they have in the description? This one will probably not be recognized. This one here, because there is nothing. It doesn't tell you about the location here. It just says Hidden Japan. This one would work. Akihabara.
Oh well, yes, yeah.
That would work. Tokyo's Akihabara.
That one word,
So this would likely be recognized, and this one would then be plotted exactly where Akihabara is. Nara, of course, and yeah, no. Yeah, I know. I should contact Hiko again. So I sent it him to once. He said, "Cool thing," and I think then he just forgot about it.
Yeah, he was developing his own system.
he's busy, I guess. But I think if I contact him again, maybe I can present it on the Tokyo Tonight Show. But he is, after all, he's also interested in topics like cloud. So this is built on the cloud with something called a microservice architecture. So instead of one big application, this is powered by just multiple, like 20 smaller applications that each do a part. Actually, I have a diagram here of what it looks like.
And how on earth do they coordinate with each other? This
is the diagram here.
Okay.
So this is
me in the audience are now sort of like dumbfounded.
Yeah. So this is what it looks like. This is each one of these boxes is an application that connects to other services. For example, here at the very end, you can see here geocode location, geocode API. That's what it accesses. So this is all. This is something that is actually what I actually prefer to keep confidential. But hey, I
mean, unless like the 50 views that 50 views. Hopefully,
yeah, but it's out there on the internet, and now people know how my application works. No.
Shh, quiet.
All right.
Let's talk about something else then. Quick.
All right. No, the thing is, this is very, let's just say, but this is basically how it works. It's a combination of multiple things that each interact with different services. And the recent addition was this here, the YouTube PubSub Hubbub. It's called PubSub. I'm not kidding. This is what it's called, the PubSub Hubbub. And this is used for the live updates, and this is a very new addition. So it sends a message to my endpoint that I set up. So to this app, to this micro app, so to speak. So it's called. It sends a message whenever someone uploads a video, and then it puts it back into my pipeline, and my pipeline then does the analysis on this.
Vince Vimom is asking, it gets the information from the title, but is there any other sort of metadata that it can extract?
So like I said, title, description, and what's it called? And the subtitles. That's the data it extracts right now. And typically the assumption is at least someone will say where they went. At least someone will say, look, I went to Mount Fuji. That's the...
All right. Perk is described this app as the hubba.
I know Perk. He's checked out a couple of my videos. Thank you, Perk, for always coming by. I remember your name, so that's cool. And thank you, Midibble. Thank you very much. If you can do that, that would be amazing. I love talking to anyone about this. Honestly, as this has become a real passion project of mine. and I like to make it as good as I can make it. So
it's looking pretty good now.
Yeah, and it works well for, so to speak, for those that primarily do travel videos. It works very well. But look at that, Inuyama Station. It just nailed that. View from Inuyama Castle. This is legit where it is. This is Inuyama Castle, I think, right here, I believe. One here or something like that. But Inuyama Station, that's Inuyama Station right there, and it nailed that. This is just so cool. It's got I like only in Japan right now. How only in Japan's map.
John Daub, yeah.
That's right. Look at that, Conan. Buddha sunglasses and Conan. This is legit where it is in Conan. This is legit where the video occurs. Then, of course, we have Omihachiman. That's where it is. Why is this in Kyoto now? Okay, this is weird. I think that used to be somewhere else, but because I think it was close to. But yeah, whatever. It happens. Tokyo sushi chef's food. Why is it in Kyoto? Yeah, well, sometimes there are mistakes.
Yeah, okay, yes.
But there is something Kanazawa here, or Sado Island. This is legit Sado Island. Yamagata, Fukushima, Shikoku Island, Higashi. Okay, I think this is a dud. But
he gets around a bit. The old John Daub, doesn't
he? Yeah. Look at that, Noboru Betsu. It just listens to these tiny things, and then you scroll in. You see Noboru Betsu. Then you scroll in, and you put on streets mode, and you can see Noboru Betsu. This is the place. This is the place where these videos happen, and that's just so damn cool. I love this.
And from there, like you say, you can get Wikipedia links. You can find out more about the place itself.
Sorry, say that again.
I mean, like it will throw up Wikipedia links as well.
Exactly. That's so cool. That's one of the tools that I use. Just gives them to me as well. The Wikipedia links, and here we can see Noboru Betsu.
What would be good as well would be sort of like if it threw up accommodation data, accommodation information.
Of course. But everything on its time. Right now, my focus is to just get this known, not to necessarily make a lot of money on it, but to get this known, to get this out there, and then to promote myself a little bit with it. As you can see, I have my own videos, a lot of them in Nagoya. And what happened to this? Well, yeah, there we go. Stop ignoring Nagoya.
And presumably also, I'm just thinking ahead here, JNTO, and get it done in Japanese, and say, hey, would you like to buy this? Well, Japanese National Tourist Organization.
Right, yeah, something like that.
That would be
might be interesting. So there is a lot of ideas. So this I'm proud of my travels that I made here. And one thing that I, for example, want to do in the future is to also show like a path between videos. For example, if you do like a tour between videos, that's what I call an odyssey. That's what I want to call an odyssey. Like I went on a cruise this year. I went from Yokohama, then I took a cruise ship, went around here, down to Sakata, then to Kanazawa, to Busan in Korea, and then
to the whole
Kagoshima. Yeah. I went around the whole thing on the cruise ship, and that was so cool. Yeah, the Osaka perk. You're talking about the Osaka bang, but that wasn't Osaka. It does work, however, in Nagoya as well to some degree. So it's Kansai and Kansai Plus. So Nagoya is like is super close to the Kansai region. So the Osaka bang. So perk is talking about this one here right now. This one here, Osaka bang, the finger gun game of Osaka. That's what perk is referencing right now.
No, I'm not familiar with that one yet. Yeah. All right.
So people in Osaka, it does work, perk. It does, however, work in Nagoya as well. So it works in the Kansai region. People, you can point them at the finger like a gun, shout bang, and oftentimes they will react. And so I made like a montage of shooting people there and put on like the soundtrack of Doom. So of Doom the video game.
Oh, God, that's good.
And I've reused that a couple of times in some of my videos. I don't really have the option to quickly re-record more, so I reuse it sometimes, and I feel
so
like
is that a Kansai thing? I mean,
it's a Kansai thing, yeah.
It's a Kansai thing in Tokyo.
No, not in Tokyo. You can somewhat do it in Nagoya. It sometimes works in Nagoya as well. Yeah. Nagoya is like it's like cultural overflow Kansai cultural overflow because it's so close. Because Kansai ends like right here on this line.
So don't be going that in Yamaguchi.
don't do North Japan. People will think you're stupid or something like that. But yeah, in this region, Kansai, this typically works. I should try it in Kyoto. I wanna go back to Kyoto and try it and see what works. But probably I'll just end up shooting tourists who don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So because Kyoto's just filled up with them. Yeah. So that's how it is.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not right now. No, but as you can see, I've got my videos mapped, and I'm super proud of the journey that I've already made. Not too much in Tokyo.
You didn't. I mean, that's been one of my mainstays.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole golden route. I did like Tokyo, Shizuoka, Nagoya, Kyoto, and then beyond.
No, awesome. I made a route here down to Hiroshima to the Banya Island, which is somewhere here, and then to Onomichi, which is
yeah, I love that.
And I called it
cats.
I did the Cat Street, right?
Yeah.
I called it the Okonomiyaki round trip because we went from Osaka to Hiroshima, then back to Osaka.
Yeah.
I call it so that's what I'm. So this is it's so I have a couple of more travel videos recorded. It's very old footage now. The footage that I have now of Japan is 2 years old, and I've become a way better shooter and way better editor since then. But now I'm limited by that footage a little bit because now I shoot my flat color profile. I can shoot it much better than before. But and it's still challenging to make videos that you did film 2 years ago because you forget a lot about it. But I have a couple of videos left, and one is that Okonomiyaki round trip. And I'm looking forward to making that video, actually.
I'm looking forward to eating Okonomiyaki again.
Oh yeah. Which one do you like more, Osaka or Hiroshima?
Well, I had mine in Yamaguchi, so it would be probably Hiroshima style.
The noodles one, right?
I just remember being told off by my lady friend because I was like using the griddles and turning it over, and then I started drumming on it. No, don't do that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that's my map. It's I can of course answer more questions if some come up. I especially like it whenever I talk to technical people who ask technical questions. But not everyone is like that, so I think I focus on the general technology that I use in AI to detect locations, and then you can use a process called geocoding to plot them. And later on, I'll be able to I'm working on 3 tasks right now. One of them one task to filter out the non-travel videos. A second to allow more user input, both through like community. Like, let's say a video is wrong. I want to have a button here.
Apparently, there's a red thing flashing above your head.
Oh, that's low battery.
Oh, that's low battery. That's low battery on his DSLR. I told him to plug it in.
No, I can't. I don't think. Actually, would it work? I don't think I can power it through the cable. I don't think. But that's for that purpose. I have 2 batteries ready to go and replace.
He's a robot running on low battery. Yes, it's Austria and it is AI. It's Skynet. This is
this is the beginning of Skynet, boys and girls, lads. I don't think I can power it through the cable. I think
he may disappear, but I'll be back. I have to do that.
That is good. Does it work? Exactly, it doesn't work. It doesn't. So what I'll do. It's an older camera. It's not newer. It's not older or newer. It's difficult.
He's gone, but he will.
You can still hear me, right? You can still hear me, right?
Hear you. Your microphone is not on batteries.
Exactly. No, it's actually on batteries as well. But
oh god,
I think it'll last a bit longer. So, hold on. Am I being stupid?
Battery technology will be improving. I have heard.
I hope so.
And then you can get in your self-driving car. Your self-driving share car will take you from A to B on its modern battery.
And am I back? Yes, I'm back.
Yes, no flashing red thing.
I'm Bach.
Bach.
I am Bach.
Nice bit of Bach.
Nice bit of Bach. That's right. Nice bit of old classical. Right, that one is nice and warm. That could cook an egg right now, that battery.
Oh, misses.
When you die and you see no signal. That's brilliant, perk. Brilliant. Yeah. No, I'm not a software person, only the level of getting. All right. Yeah. Any questions that you would like to hear of the map? I wanted to add the 3 things that I plan on working soon. Is the one is a kind of more user input, either from public input by letting people report when things are bad, and a second by actually getting the YouTubers themselves involved. I'm looking into how to do that. The second is to filter out automatically the videos that are not travel videos. I'm going to try and see if I can figure that one out. I think I have a good chance of getting like something like 90% or 95% correctness. But I need data on that. So if I get like 1,000 pieces of data, then that would be great. And the third piece of thing that I'm working to create some discoverability features. So right now it's literally just the map that he made, but made for everyone. But it's just the concept.
Asking a question: Is it like a GPS locator? Is there any GPS connection
there
at all? No, there's
no. That's something that is potentially a future thing, though. What I want to do is
if you went to Japan with this on your phone and you were going to go like a Jvlogger route, you were going to go. So you perhaps might need that. Would be handy, kind of thing.
Yeah, if you so to speak. I'm not sure. You could, of course, show me videos around this area, but I don't know how useful that would be. If you like press a button, show me videos around my area, wouldn't be so useful. But
no, I was thinking more in terms of like Chris abroad in Japan or whatever, goes to X place and goes to X shop, which is really good, really cool. And you could ask the thing, get me to that shop, and that sort of thing, and it would give you the like.
Okay, but that would be like a tracking thing, a tracking thing as well. That's phase 2 when you put tracking chips under the skin of famous Jvloggers. That's how where are your cameras here? How do you know about this? No, but this is another idea, is to have people take their Strava data and have and plot like a kind of line where people went, like the Strava export. The Strava takes, what's it called?
That's for people who do exercise, like not like me.
Yeah, so people have like this kind of location trackers, and what would be cool if a YouTuber could take, I want to show the kind of track that I made and just instantly upload it to the map and instantly have it show there together with a video. That's something that I want to do. I want to talk about the vids of your mom question about the YouTube API. So no, it's actually completely accessible, the data, but I don't use it because it is so rare that it is used, and it's very unreliable. But potentially, you're right. Maybe if more people, I saw actually you're right. Maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea to just take it and copy it over. I don't do it right now. I know how to access it, but it was so far not very reliable, and only few people used it, which is why I didn't really bother about it. And one problem, for example, is many people, when they put in the location, they just put in Japan. But Japan as a whole is also not very reliable for me. If I put in Japan, all of the videos will just appear on this dot here, on this Japan dot. And most people, when they put in a location, so it's done by the YouTuber manually, they will just put in Japan and then it'll appear here. But that's not exactly very useful. So that's why I decided against using this kind of YouTube location data. But perhaps I do know that Kite and Eric. Oh, their map is awesome. Kite and Eric's map is fantastic.
They should be all over the world.
They were awesome. Look at that. So they made a video recently called where was it? This one here, Pleasure Forest. This one here. Nailed the right spot. Lakes again, Pleasure Forest, and they have a location here. This one here. See this dot? Oh, yeah. This is what he means.
Yeah.
And
that's Katie.
Katie, yeah, it's pronounced like really Kaidi, I think, or Katie.
Katie. Yeah.
So perhaps this is actually totally possible to do that, to use that. Ooh, look at that! More Jvloggers. I should use them more often. Routes. No way. More people for my map. Okay, but
so rubs hands.
Yeah. More data. Terumitsu Nanaomi, 1 subscriber. Yeah, no. So this is actually something that I could...
Dismissed. So if you're hoping to develop your Jvlog channel,
honestly, if I see for me, what's important is sometimes if they're really, really tiny and don't seem to be active or don't seem to be doing much, I'll probably put her in. Yeah. But if I don't see that you're active like 1 year ago, I don't bother putting you in because it doesn't really make much sense.
That's fair enough.
It doesn't really make much sense. There isn't much.
The dead Jvlogger map. Yeah.
I do have a lot of dead yeah, both in a literally and in a figurative sense. So there's someone who was very tragic. I think, what was his name? I think he died unfortunately 10 years back, and I thought it would be a cool idea to honor him on this map, but I can't remember what his name was. Now
that memorable, unfortunately.
It's what was it?
Logan Paul.
No. There was someone that legit had a tragic death, and I thought to honor him by putting on the map as well. But there is some that are not active anymore. Both in the there's someone. If someone knows who I'm speaking of, let me know and we can check them out. But Kite and Eric,
they're still alive.
Yeah, Kite and Eric still alive. Texan in Tokyo also still alive, and they have a really awesome map as well.
But so they went. Texan in Tokyo is no longer active.
No longer. I have some of the inactive YouTubers as well, because sometimes they have like some really cool videos. I like those guys actually. Dogan's buddy, right? Roger Swan. That's right. That's it. Randy got it right. Roger Swan. Yeah, this guy had unfortunately a tragic death, I believe, and I thought, hey, he's apparently part of the history, and so I thought to put him on the map as well. Yeah, and it seemed to have worked quite well for him actually. Quite Iwata videos. Yeah. No, this is cool. Shame for his tragic passing. But nevertheless, I hope he can be immortalized this way.
In the cloud.
Oh, hey, Kyushu Trail. Good. He's the one who is on the map.
Hey, Kyushu Trail. Wombat, hello.
Wombat is here. See, this is Wombat's map.
There we are. You're all over the shot in Kyushu. I mean, it's his trail cam. He likes to go and film like animals everywhere.
Yeah, that's Japan Trail Cam. I haven't included Japan Trail Cam yet. I've asked them to always add the videos in the description. I think they added some, but once they do that and once they're reliable with it, I'll add them as well. I'll add the Japan Trail Cam to the map. But look at this. I really love how for Kyushu Trail, this map just shows everything in Kyushu. This is just so cool. Fukuoka.
Have you got? Speaking of Fukuoka and Kyushu, have you got wasabi cars?
Wasabi what?
Wasabi cars. One of my followers, and so everything you need to know about
how do you write
JDM
it?
Japanese cars and classic Japanese
Wasabi cars.
Wasabi cars.
Wasabi cars. No. Oh wow, that's a channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. This would work.
Yeah,
interesting.
Kyushu. It'll be sort of like concurrent with Kyushu Trail, because like live not that far from each other relatively.
Oh, awesome! I'll add them to the list, to the amazing list. There you go. Wasabi cars. Now, so you'll probably see whenever I can be asked to update the map with the new YouTubers, Wasabi cars. You will see the Wasabi cars.
There you are. I don't know if you're watching on the replay. I've put you in the cloud. You're going to be tracked now. You'll no longer be able to hide in the bushes.
Nope. No, yeah, Kyushu. I mean, there's so much cool shit here for Kyushu Trail. Kyushu National Park, Yufu, Oita Prefecture, of course Fukuoka. Lots of stuff in Fukuoka. Inonaki. There we go. Inonaki.
Ah, yes.
So it's really cool how it really reflects. Yeah, this guy lives in Kyushu. It's mostly a perk. The answer is default. People are used to it. That's why people are used to it. I actually built my site in dark mode, even though I don't really. This website super bare bones. Like my website is super bare bones. It's just Very, very little. I couldn't.
Trying to find information on this was I asked for the Jiko Shokai because like, hello, I'm Niko, and I did, and it's like very, very like vague and bare bones.
It's very, very little. I have it. The one thing that I want to put in is a timeline of all of my videos of what they happen. Yeah, I can actually add my Rimini video now as well.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, but this is what I wanted to do. So the reason is I could have spent more time designing it, but I'm not a front-end designer, I'm not a website designer. I couldn't be asked anymore. I just wanted to launch my map, so I did. And the map is, of course, the technology behind the map. It just obliterates everyone else's technology by so far that it didn't really matter to have. I just wanted the minimalist. I just wanted to get the bare bones content.
Yeah.
I'll probably add more in the future. So I'll definitely be... Oh, Medibble, thank you very much. You do know that I can track you now, right? Once on the website, because
somewhere outside London.
Actually, literally, I'm not kidding. Like, so this is what is happening on every single website. Actually, no, you might have a script. If you're on right now, either you're lying or you have a script blocker, because this is Google Analytics. And what you can see here is typically in quite crazy detail where everyone was, where your website was accessed from. So for a bunch of Japan YouTubers, it literally told me like to the district specifically, like Shinjuku, Shibuya. If someone was there, Oita, it tells you specifically the city, like even the sub-city sometimes even down to the neighborhood where the click came from. So that's awesome.
Vids of your mom is on it.
Oh, right. So most people are on it, and I can't see it. What the hell? Are you guys running script blockers?
Find me. That's your challenge this afternoon. Find vids of your mom.
Find me. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I know, but this is Google Analytics, and typically you can see quite well where people came from. And this is a crazy amount of data, and Google uses data to build the machine learning models, and other websites do that as well. That's sometimes also the data they sell. Oh, awesome. Well, good for the interest. But yeah, Google Analytics doesn't seem to recognize us. Thankfully, I have another tool that probably would. But yeah, this is standard of what's happening on website. What I'm doing this year, the tracking that I have here, is like a fraction of the tracking that other websites do. It's crazy. Oh yeah, this would work. Hiding the
Niko is my friend. Everybody be friends with Niko, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, usually AdBlock and uBlock will typically combined will typically nuke it. I think uBlock has a script blocker installed, which will block such tracking scripts automatically. uBlock, I believe, does that. So yeah.
And another thing with the map, I mean, you call it up. Presumably, it's on Firefox, but it's on a browser. It's browser based.
Yeah.
So you I mean, is it tailored? Presumably, you're now on your PC, but to what extent is it tailored for the phone?
It works on the phone, but not as well, so to speak. It still works, and I went to great length to make it somewhat usable on the phone, and I'm definitely happy with how it works.
So
I'm definitely happy with how it works.
It's very sort of. I mean, I've not tried it, but user friendly, kind of like, you don't have to sort of go through too many hoops.
No, not at all. So you just go on the website and you'll see it. So you won't see so well because a lot of the space is taken up by this box here, unfortunately. But if you check it out, it typically works on the phone. And the thing is, it's just very, very cluttered. If you click on the pop-up, and the other stuff will take up the most of the screen.
Yeah.
But let's just say it's there were definitely some optimizations for mobile done. For example, I wrote the whole JavaScript thing to automatically wrote a whole bunch of JavaScript code to make the height of the map automatically the size of the window. And on PC, that work was very easy. On the phone, I had to do some more trickery to do so. So if you can see here, this is exactly the screen size. Comparison is thief of old joy. But let's compare. If I zoom out, if I do the zoom out, pretend my screen is higher, largest in size, this map will also grow in size. See this map. But if you do it on this map here, if you zoom out, you can see here, this map is just shrinking, Broad Japan's map. It's
yeah.
because he has it limited to, for example, I don't like doing this comparison thing. This is just bullshit. I don't want to say or imply anything here, but what I want to say here, I put in a lot of care into making sure that it works on multiple sizes as well.
The functionality, matches what you're intending for it. Yeah.
Because exactly, and I have the advantage that I'm very technologically affine and don't rely on hiring people to do the work for me. But what he did with this is already very impressive, a very, very cool looking map, and exactly how I then managed to get my idea for my map from. And so to speak, I do have, however, a lot of technological advantages to the map that is there, but that is still great work here. But yeah, this is one example that I've made sure that it worked on multiple screen sizes and not just a single one.
Right.
Yeah.
Vids of your mum wants to be tracked.
Sorry?
Vids of your mum wants to be tracked. I don't care, he says.
I want to be tracked. Oh, right. Okay, you want to see the example. All right, let's go back to the analytics then. 4 people right now. 2 in Austria even. No way. Oh yeah, that's just my phone. That's my phone. That's the second click. Canada. Canada.
You at this.
Real time.
Check your analytics again. Okay.
All right. Let's check here. We have. So I haven't. Last time I used this extensively was a very long time ago. But here, if we look at, we had a pop up from Canada. One from Japan. Nogata.
I think
click. No, someone from the. Oh, that's Kyushu Trail, I guess. Sorry, now we doxed him. He lives in Nogata. Or is it maybe someone else?
All right, Safari is blocking everything for perk.
Ah, right. That's good design. Towns includes Nogata. We doxed Kyushu Trail. We doxed him, but no. But this is actually just a good warning for everyone. This is what all websites do, and they do so much more than this. Like what this does is a fraction of the tracking that websites do, and with that tiny fraction, what I can already find out, I can literally find out. I'm not sure. Is this like a town? Is this like a neighborhood? But so to speak, we can get that information out there, and that's a fraction of what is done nowadays.
Oh God, so that means my ex-hamster. is well known to all my IP providers. Oh dear. Yeah,
Canada for some reason is not popping up on. It shows to me here, but it doesn't show me exactly where. So maybe it doesn't know where exactly in Canada it is. So sometimes that can happen.
It's Saskatchewan is like this really boring bit in the middle of Canada that nobody knows.
Not even Google Analytics knows that.
You're being invited to visit Kyushu Trail.
Yeah, I definitely will. I'd love to go on a hike with you. Oh yeah, vids of your mum. So you're probably well aware of how much it does. And what it does here, it also tracks stuff like session starts, page views, which pages are accessed, and as you can see here, the map page is the one that is most interesting to people. The homepage obviously nowhere near as interesting because there's nothing there except a nice picture that I designed. I'm really proud of that picture actually, that banner on the homepage. I really love it. This one, yeah.
Yes.
Open image new tab. Yeah, really proud of that. I think it works. I made an extended version of that for my Twitter banner and will probably put that in as my YouTube banner as well. Kind of feel like it tells you like a little bit of a story, like this is an adventure, those 2 other characters, real hero shot right here, and it shows the art style, the style and the personality of me and Tatsoi, mostly my personality, but yeah. Oh yeah, Spain, that's right. So far 5 people. Oh, 1 person from London. 1 person from London.
That'll be Dibble.
Awesome. Oh, 6 people now on. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying the map. One thing that I'm not doing right now, but what I will do soon is I will track every single click, effectively every single click you will do on the website. Actually, how to explain? The reason, so I don't want to track every single clip, but what I want to do is I want to track which YouTubers are accessed. And I want to track which YouTubers. So if someone clicks on Abroad in Japan or on NoChaNoMa, I want to know that happens.
I'll be quite interested as well.
Yeah.
I usually get about I can scrape together about 50 views for the end of the week.
Yeah.
No, where they came from.
What I want to do is I want to just figure out which videos are clicked on. And what I want to use it for is I want to use this as a kind of reference. How often is something clicked on, and how often is it reported through error? So
I'm Simon NoChaNoMa reported through error.
No, yeah. So basically, if someone says this is wrong, this location is wrong, I want to put in a new button here in the future that says report bad location.
Right.
And then I want to use that as an automated system to analyze, all right, this was looked at 10 times, but reported twice. This must be like a bad thing. This must be like what's it called?
A fault. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's why I want to track that data to see what the places of interests are.
So Wombat, you have to pronounce very clearly in your best Australian where you are, and then you'll be all right.
Yeah, sounds about. Yeah, sounds about right. But yeah, this is me saying this is very often. This is me saying this is very often. No, but this is the map, the tech.
Max headroom. No.
Yeah, but yeah, hope everyone liked the tour of the map. And yeah, I'm always open for questions, for suggestions, and yeah.
So, like you say, you have various. Now we've got it on regular view, but you can have satellite view. I mean, what other views can you get? I think when I was watching something, you had another view, another kind of like. The satellite view, this view, and then there was one other that I saw.
The satellite. Mm-hmm. The satellite, dark and light. So this one here is the exact same style that this guy uses. Mm-hmm. I use that as well, but light, dark, just styles. Streets and outdoors are effectively the same. They have very minor differences. Like streets focuses, outdoor gives you more info on landscapes, but streets gives you more information on, like, if you look for mountains, then outdoors is better. If for streets, other stuff is better. Like, it gives you names of places as well. And then you, of course, have the creative watercolor style.
Yes, that was, yeah. Oh, come to Japan. Hello, come to Japan.
Yeah, hi, come to Japan. That's why I popped it up as open as videos. So he has a lot of videos that are live streams and don't really have location-based. So for him, it didn't work as well, I'd say. But there's still some valuable information there. And especially, I believe, his videos that don't have locations will be used as in the future to train the system that these videos are not location-based.
I see, yes. So like negative feedback kind of.
Exactly. So stuff like live streams, unless they are very specific location-based, of course, come to Japan, man. Of course, you're on the video, on the map. Everyone is on the map. For me, it was very important to be very inclusive, not just have something. Oftentimes people make stuff for the big YouTubers, right? For all the big YouTubers, and the small YouTubers are always discarded. And for me, you know what? How about I do something for everyone, not just the big YouTubers, also for the small ones.
Well, speaking of small YouTubers, I mean, and that it considers me a YouTuber of sorts. A Jvlogger. Am I on the Japan map at all? Anywhere?
Yeah, I mean,
I appeared in sort of like various.
I showed you earlier, didn't I?
That's right. Yes. Because yes. Oh, am I anywhere I've actually been?
That's the question. It depends on if you made a video about it.
Shizuoka, yes, that's good.
So did you make a video about Shizuoka? I mean, you made a video about Shizuoka, but typically the thing is, it's not really designed for podcasts. But maybe actually I would say if you do podcasts exclusively, you still have the kind of right to be on the map, because this is still valuable information. It still tells you where your videos were about. Like your videos, you are a podcast kind of guy. So your videos still tell you, hey, what place was the video about, so to speak. And yeah, and I think that it still deserves to have a spot in the map, not necessarily to be something for discoverability. Like, it won't make sense to include you if let's say I build a feature that makes me click on this point here and say, hey, tell me all the videos in this spot, then it doesn't make sense to copy up the videos necessarily.
Yeah, like Dibble was asking,
Oh yeah, Medibble, this is exactly the point. This is actually something that I'm actively working on. This is what I meant by discoverability. I want to be able to do the other way around, not just YouTubers and have the YouTubers and give the YouTubers some ego gratification, but I want to actually build discoverability tools. So in the future, it will definitely be possible to type in, I don't know, Nagoya, and have like tons of videos in and around of Nagoya, like in a 50-kilometer radius pop up. That's the plan. That is definitely the plan.
I'm curious now. I've just seen something on the map. This is a mystery location. This is a question mark in the middle of the sea.
This is a side quest. This is the quest marker. No, this is actually just it's just an exception that I put in for the how it works. So this video is where I explain the map, where I happily pronounce that I stole it from abroad in Japan and made it awesome with AI, and then a brain next to it because it obviously has a lot of brain power on it. And so I thought it makes sense to put in a question mark. The map this thing is already filled up like crazy. I can't really put in, oh, this is how it works. So I thought it would be best to just use the map itself as a feature, put in a question mark that doesn't interfere with anything else, and link to the video that explains it.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And a bunch of people loved it. Yeah, there, come to Japan. Loved it. Going off Japan, loved it. Oh, it felt a bit random for him, but after a couple of fixes, I noticed that whenever empty dot appears, the AI splits it. So it doesn't recognize that the dot is actually a shortening dot and not a abbreviation dot, and not so. This is why most times Mount Iwata just turns into Iwata and MT oftentimes. So I put in something after his feedback. I put in something in my code that changes it. Future Trail loved it. Andy Son loved it. Japan Trailcam I haven't included here because you don't reliably put in the location of the videos on this video description. I've asked you to do that. Once you do that, I'll put in. Critical East Japan, like so many people loved it. So that's really cool. And I'm happy. I'm really, really happy with how it has been received so far. And I'm super motivated to continue working on it. So yeah, one of the things would be to start filtering out videos. That's going to be one of the next ones, to just add the functionality to start filtering out, and then eventually build the tool that can do so automatically. I think I can get something with 95% accuracy once I have around.
At the moment, it's configured as an app. It's an app that you can, purchase. I mean, no, that would be the ultimate goal.
Sorry.
Well, it's now an app that you could that's available. That you could. I mean, theoretically, you could purchase it. I mean, I'm just thinking in terms of your, payback for all the effort.
Of course. Yeah, one of the things is I do want to monetize YouTubers' ego gratification by selling the data, so to speak. So what I do is a YouTuber comes to me and says, "Hey, can I put your map on my website?" And then and come to Japan. Make sure that you tell me the IDs. So the YouTube ID, if you click on here, it has to be this thing here. This ID here. Just give me a list of these IDs here.
That's ancient.
Give me a list of these IDs here. Don't give me the video title. They're worthless. This ID. This is awesome. Yeah. No, so to speak, I might. It's accessible on the phone as well through the website, and maybe I'll make it into a phone app as well at some point. But for me, it works on the website. For me, what I want to do is I want to think about what do I have fun with, what do I want to build in, how can I make it more awesome, and if especially it would make sense as a phone. If you want to take it with you on the go. So if it becomes something that can give you travel advice, so to speak, let's say the map becomes so big, it becomes a feature that it can tell you that it can automatically recommend you things to do wherever you are. Then it would start making sense to create an app out of it. So based out of YouTube videos. So let's just say do the ramen challenge in Akihabara. Maybe that's like a pipe dream. I have a hunch it might work, but I'm not sure. Like literally last time, I didn't know that this map would gonna work. It took me a year to make this. A year. I don't have that much time. I have a full-time job. Well, now 80%. I have Fridays off nowadays, but it's still close to full-time work. I don't have much time to make this, so it took me a year. And 1 year ago, I didn't know that this thing is gonna work. I didn't. So this is like a huge experiment, and it did. And each time you do an AI thing, you never know for sure that it will work. But if it does, it makes it just ever more sweeter. Yeah.
Speaking of AI, just to switch, I mean, on your website, you mentioned Cassandra, and I've seen you talking to Cassandra. Can you explain to the audience what Cassandra is? What is it? Where is it?
Right. Cassandra is my personal AI assistant. I use her sometimes to narrate in my videos. So personally, the reason why Cassandra was made is it initially came from here, this video, Kanazawa. And there I talked to Google. I went outside to Kanazawa, had no idea about the place. And then I talked to Google. I said, okay, Google, tell me everything about this place. And my phone just popped up. See, and it then told me like an excerpt about Kanazawa. This is what Google came up with. And this is where effectively the idea for Cassandra came for. I really like the fact that I can go somewhere, not know about it, but then get told something about it by an AI, so an assistant. And effectively out of this, I replaced it. It was a bitch in the ass to get Google to do everything for you. So now I've effectively replaced it with Cassandra. And now Cassandra does the narration. So I thought it was really cool from videos. If I want some additional explanation or something, Cassandra does, my phone does it. So the reason why I do this, that doesn't make sense, right?
I mean, you created Cassandra yourself, then, or what?
No, Cassandra right now is a bit of a lie. It's not an AI. It's not an AI, so to speak. It uses an AI, of course, to generate the voice. But I think it would be really cool. Like I said with Google, it's really cool to go somewhere and then hey, Cassandra, tell me everything about this place. And then have the AI tell you through the phone what is going on right now. And I think that's just a really cool concept. And so it's something.
That's the next project kind of thing. Yeah.
It's definitely down the line. And right now, Cassandra exists. I hate admitting to it, but it's not an AI that I made myself. But I got to be honest. It's right now a concept that exists in my videos, and it's part of my brand. That if I go somewhere, I don't start narrating it myself, but I have Cassandra narrate it. So even though I like my own narration, I like my narrative voice, but for my travel videos, I know, okay, there is actually the real reason, the big reason behind it is because I don't feel like, for me, a really important thing when watching YouTube videos about Japan or about any YouTube video is I want to feel like I'm part of this scene. But I do also want to see valuable information in regards to the places where I go to. And so usually what I did before is I made a travel videos, and then I did some additional research afterwards, which I then shared through the videos through narration. However, I ended up at some point noticing that I didn't really like the narrations. I like the narration, but the problem with the narration is that it takes you out of the scene. The moment you start narrating something, it actually feels like you're not part of the scene anymore. And
So
exactly. And that's where the concept of Cassandra came from. For me, I want the viewer to feel like when they're watching the videos with me. When they're watching the videos with me, how to speak, I want the viewers, when they watch one of my videos, to feel like they're part of the scene. They're with me. They're walking with me. And that's why I, for example, try to avoid using such things like drones, or why I specifically don't over perfectionize my shots. Like, yes,
this is something I noticed in like the Rimini video and other videos. I mean, I was quite relieved actually that you didn't do all of the B-roll and the sort of like the and things were shaky and not always perfect, and it felt like this is like a vlog. I mean, where others in more recent years have been doing kind of like
Mhm.
perfect videos, like filmed, kind of stuff.
Exactly, and exactly, and I kind of felt like, I don't really react to these cinematic videos. I don't really watch them. I don't really care about them. So why should my videos be there all that cinematic? And then I
Mm.
saw some other smaller perk. Alexa, this is my other girl, Cassandra. Awesome. Cassandra compliments me. You just abuse me, Alexa. Oh yeah,
So,
Kyusha Treya, he loves the Cassandra thing on the videos. Yeah, it's something I'd say I really like it. And for me, when you try to over perfect videos, there are some other YouTubers that I see who just try to make those perfect videos, and it just I end up feeling I feel like I don't like them so much. I'm not interested in them. I don't feel like I'm a part of the scene. I'm feeling like I'm being told something, you
mm,
know. And sometimes that stuff, especially is bad when you know that stuff is copied off of Wikipedia.
mm,
So what I try to do nowadays is I do really, really, really like a high quality video. I like a video being high quality, but what I define as high quality is not necessarily a video that is perfectly shot, perfect stabilization, perfect everything,
mm,
but a video that puts me into the scene and provides me something to take that lets me take something with me from the video.
mm,
And I'm really happy that you said that about the Rimini video, that you liked it, that you liked that aspect of it, that it wasn't so perfect.
mm,
That it's just nicer to watch it. It's just, you can just enjoy it. You can just feel like a part of it. You can just sit and enjoy it. You don't have to. Yeah, and there are some other psychological reasons, but so to speak, Cassandra was born out of the desire to provide value while still giving the user the feeling like the part of the scene. Because if Cassandra says it, it feels like it's on the phone. Cassandra,
mm.
I'm talking to the phone, and Cassandra says things. Of course, this is done in post through editing, but that's kind of feeling that I want to give with the videos. That you're part of the scene and that you are learning along with me. It's not me who in afterwards. It breaks up the story as well if you start narrating, because all of a sudden you what's it called? All of a sudden you jump to a different point in time the moment you
Mm,
narrate, because you
mm,
know that narration happens afterwards.
mm, mm,
And
mm.
yeah, that's where Cassandra, so to say, came from, and I want to explore the concept further. So actually, I do want to get a drone at some point. I haven't wanted to get a drone before at all, because of that purpose. Because if you start b-rolling, if you
Mm.
start talking and then you b-roll into a drone, what does it mean for the video?
Yeah, it takes you out of, like you say, it takes you out of
Exactly. It
yeah.
takes you out of the scene. All of a sudden, it's an unnatural angle. It's an angle that you wouldn't have. I know
Mm,
for a fact that there are certain YouTubers that I would enjoy more if they didn't try to make so many more perfect videos, but just have a video where it would feel more like you're part of it, like you're
mm.
just part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're a Jvlogger, you're
Mhm.
vlogging. I mean, if you're making a tourist information film for the JNTO or your prefecture, that fine, do that. I mean, some of them do do that
Exactly.
kind of thing. But your audience is mostly people who are watching because they want to get a vicarious experience of Japan. You know,
Exactly.
and
Exactly. That's
not a
the
tourist video.
that's a point. That's a point. And well, because I'm called the red value, I love valuable content. I love
Mm.
learning something. But yeah, that's where then Cassandra comes from. Cassandra brings the value.
I've just been called Simon No Sandwich.
Sandwich. Yeah, Kyusha Trail, why can't you do the cinematic stuff? Do you mean you don't want to, or do you mean you physically can't?
I
Or
think he
you,
physically can't.
does he not have it drawn? No, it's no, for me, yeah, I think we got the right point. It's the vicarious experience that I crave personally as well.
Mm,
I love that, and of course, I said to myself at some point, I'm not a travel guide. I am, and then. I'm not a travel guide. I don't think travel guides particularly make videos that people want to watch multiple times. Like, people will watch a travel guide to get information, but they're not going to stay around to watch the next video,
mm,
because what I think people crave nowadays is the personal connection.
mm,
And I feel like I can connect more if I can take people along with me on my travels.
mm. Yeah, and you get that feedback from the audience in the comments and all the other social media stuff, as
Mhm.
well. Which is why we do it really. We interactive junkies.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I've been doing it. Why I've been doing it for 8 years every Saturday.
No, awesome. Awesome. More power to you. That's great.
Yeah. Well,
legit. Awesome. That was it. Yeah.
I think we've sort of not exhausted. Certainly not exhausted. I mean, we could go on forever.
Of course, we could.
But we have come to the end of this show.
Oh,
unfortunately, but we're going to, as Vintage Mom says, we're going to now return to the monkey. Once the cameras go off, we'll be back again. But I would like to thank you very much, Niko.
Thank you for having me on. It was a joy talking to you.
And it was joy talking to you. And I should probably see you on Discord at some point. And if you, I think all the links are in the advert. I've not put. Well, once they said, but this is uploaded. I shall. But I copy and pasted all your links to your social media. So anybody who isn't in the audience, who isn't already, and anybody watching after the event, the links are in the advert. If you want to go onto that. But they should be here. But yes, go and check out the map. Go and check out Niko's videos.
Thank you everyone for coming by, and thank you all for I really liked how that number went up to 6 people on it at the same time. That was really great. Thank you all so much on the Google Analytics. Yeah,
you are now all being tracked.
I've got the trackers on you, marked down and sniped out. Pew pew.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Next week, I have no idea what's happening. I should be searching for other guests. Otherwise, it'll just get me again. And if it's a fine day, I might go outside. I don't know. But we'll see. Thank you, everybody.
What a plan.
And see you all again next week. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye for now.